All right, welcome folks to CCS 2. I'm Brankles with Chelsea. Chelsea, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm ready to get into this game between TA Sentinels and Dorado Gaming Gamma.
Yeah, no, this is going to be an exciting matchup. We got two teams that are obviously, you're still vying for playoff positioning, especially when you're in this part of the season. But Dorado's been playing pretty well, and I know Chelsea that you've got some, history when it comes to Dorado. What is it about this team that has been so exciting?
It's generally just good star power across the board for this Dorado Gaming Gamma roster. Hazem, Carino, Kush, Rare Candy, all, players who have tasted, championships before. And
Yeah, and right now taking a look, I mean, we've already got bans across the board. We got the Volibear, Azir, Camille, Lilia,
my
Talia,
headphones, my headphones
and
did die mid-sentence, but I am
oh,
back.
okay, sounds good. But yeah,
Yeah.
we've got those bands. Any of those bands, surprising you so far?
Nothing surprising. Hazem's Camille being taken out and right off the rip definitely makes sense. I think the Kindred and Lilia as bans from Dorado Gaming Gamma taken away from Birdo, who is generally, I believe Birdo is the D3 exception for the TA Sentinels roster. You know, Definitely going to be smart to focus on the higher ranked players. One thing I do want to point out about this matchup is Dorado Gaming Gamma support 17 formerly was the TA Sentinel starting um, support spot opened up at Dorado Gamma in 17, jumped ship rather quickly. So I'm sure TA Sentinels are vying for revenge on their former player. Moxified coming in to fill that support spot. Definitely, wants to show up. You know, his, former, the former person that spot. As we look at the draft, all first round picks are going to be set in stone with that Seraphine lock in TA Sentinels with the Ashe, Karma, Diana. It's going to assume it's going to be standard bot and jungle, for them. Karma technically can be flexed to both solo lanes as well. Diana, we're going to assume is going jungle with Dorado having the Misfortune, Viego, Seraphine, MF Viego probably locked into bot and jungle respectively, and Seraphine remaining that support mid flex. So a lot of parity in both drafts, picking around the same role is going to most likely leave solo lane counters for the second phase of draft as we see these bans coming out. Dorado Gaming Gamma banning away the Wind Brothers, the Yasuo, and the Yone away from that mid lane with the AP jungle in Diana. Dorado smartly taking out those attack damage threats in the mid lane. On the other side, TA Sentinels already banned the Gwen, powerful, top lane AP pick, and their last ban is going to come through within the next 10 seconds. We'll see. It's going to be the Aatrox taken out away from Dorado Gaming Gamma's Hazem. You have to assume that unless they're really committing to the Seraphine flex, they're going to give Hazem R5 counter pick. We will see what solo lane Dorado wants to pick up here on that red 4 pick. Brankles, what are your thoughts on these drafts so far?
The thing is, I really want to see a team pick up a tank though, because we're seeing a lot of squishies. I know Viego can be like that bruiser pick, but like when you look at TA Sentinel's side, who's going to be the front line? Because Karma's not, Diana's not. I mean, Ash has not got much mobility unless you build Gale Force, and is that really what you want to build on an Ash, right? So,
It's not.
but we see the Aru pick. Oh, there's the Ornn. There's
There's
the
the
tank.
Ornn. So there's the tank from TA Sentinels. A Whittle Griefer going to be piloting that as the RE answer into Dog OG Cush's Victor. There's a lot of damage, really good for them to pick up that Ornn, but Dorado Gamma, Hazem seeing a blind pick Ornn is definitely going to want to answer that with some sort of carry. It's going to be his Olaf of choice, and not locking a real, frontline CC bot. Instead, Hazem says, I am just going to win lane. That's as Hazem does, makes sense when we're banning away stuff like the Camille, the Gwen, the Aatrox to protect this blind Orin. But Hazem, still has his Olaf and, has been known to terrorize top laners with picks such as the Olaf.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that they're going to be really aggressive here, right? Obviously picking up a champion like Olaf this shows that Gamma is just going to be playing for that early game. There's not a lot of like, hey, let's try to see if we can go to the late game because the Ornn will get tankier and tankier. So I expect this to be a fast matchup, especially if they're going to, gank top side or have that Olaf come down for some, for some picks. But this Gamma team, though, we were talking earlier, Chelsea's that since that loss against Reign of Kings, a lot of people were talking like, oh, is this still the team that to beat? They've shown that they're still a really great team. So I think that this Gamma squad has a chance to just really, solidify that even more, especially in this group.
Yeah, Dorado Gamma only having dropped that one series for Reign of Kings, and as with any Reign of Kings series, it did go to 3 games. I believe they have dropped another game. They haven't dropped another series. I'm just trying to check where. Um, no, it seems. Oh yeah, no, they had 2 losses to Reign of Kings, so that makes sense. So besides that Reign of Kings series, have not dropped a single game to any other teams in the group. They 2-0'd Glaive Bingus, which is former CCS finalist DNX. That was already a pretty statement series out of them as well. They have this match against TA Sentinels, and the only 2 teams left in the group they have to play are Xflow Pink and um, Dreadnought Tempest. Both teams that are, I mean, Xflow Pink has had a sort of surging season. They're also 3-1 in the standings, but you know, TA Sentinels seems to be their next quote unquote biggest challenge here. And I think the stakes are definitely a lot higher in terms of, pride and bragging rights for this TA Dorado match rather than the Xflow one.
Yeah, because like I mean, looking at the standings, I mean, TA Sentinels is sitting in that 4 spot, and they're 3-1. This group C has been very intriguing because this feels like, Chelsea, you saw it last year. Remember when TA Light was sitting around towards like the top half of their group, and everyone's like, is this really the team that's, going to make noise in the playoffs? And I think they did win one series out of that. But looking at this, this group, it's going to be really intriguing on who comes out on top because Reign of Kings is 4-0. Gamma's 3-1, Expo Pink 3-1, Sentinels 3-1. Glade Bingus, yeah, is on a 2-game losing streak, but that's still a 2-2 team, and they are, kind of a strong team still as well. So I'm really intrigued on how this group's going to play out.
Yeah, definitely. With the way the playoff structure works for this group C, it's top 5 make playoffs, and I think there is a clear top 5. So I don't think like Sensei Squad, DZG, or Dreadnought Tempest are really going to be able to make that surge into the top 5, considering that 5th spot right now is, you know, held by the team with Panzora on it. So that's going to be a tough spot to break. So instead, I think we should be looking at like where these top 5 teams are going to end up, within that top of the group because first versus fifth is a big difference. You don't want to be starting off in that lower bracket. Getting top 3 rather than like 4 or 5 is going to make your life a lot easier come playoffs. So that's what these teams at the top are really fighting for here.
Yeah, all right. Well, folks, we are about 2 minutes away from the start of this matchup between the TA Sentinels and Dorado Gaming Gamma. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break and we'll get this matchup started. Stick around for Brankles and Chelsea's call of this match. All right, welcome back, folks. Brankles with Chelsea. Chelsea, you ready for this one?
I am ready for some League of Legends gaming. As we see, both teams already just drawing battle lines at the river. No fun level 1 shenanigans yet. Actually, might have spoken too soon. If we take a look at the top lane, Dog OG Kush has postured himself in that river bush, but Danny on the Ahri and a Widow Griefer do have knowledge of this Victor. I wonder if they'll try and do something about it, or they will just let him stay in his little home in peace. Let's see,
Yeah,
it's a showdown that neither they're just staring at each other. I don't
yeah.
think the OG Kush knows, but Danny definitely knows.
And this is the type
Uh,
of matchup you don't want to like fall behind, right? Like these are two champs you don't want to like give up a bunch of kills to because Ari could just dash around and Victor. We've seen what Victor could do with that death laser, so yeah, don't want to mess up on this
yeah.
one.
Seems Mr. OG Kush will step back to safety. So you see Hazem and Rare Candy, they're going to go for some sort of late invade play. Rare Candy popping the sweeper, going around, probably going to take the blast cone over to this blue buff. A Little Griefer does have information of this play, was standing in the bush, but it's going to be Rare Candy starting the blue of Birdo. Birdo does know, probably will just set up some sort of vertical jungle, gonna kite that red buff towards the enemy team's blue side. Probably either gonna just look to walk down and take it, maybe even look for a play onto Carino in 17. Nah, he's just gonna walk up. Just gonna trade blue buffs. Rare Candy gonna
Ooh,
assume control over this top side as Hazem is going in. Hazem showing that patented aggression on that Olaf Prox the Conqueror with that level 1 Q, going to deal a lot of damage to a Little Griefer. Zorn's going to have to stay safe, especially now that the jungler is not going to be in position to help this Ornn at all.
yeah. Unfortunately, this bot lane's also taking a lot of damage. Dr. Phil and Chill is just already having to pop some of those health pots, while on the other side, Carino and 17, they're staying pretty healthy and their mana, reserves are pretty well off as well as we see Birdo's going to steal that blue buff. But man, like I feel like this is a situation where this bot lane might go in the favor of Dorado Gaming if they can keep up the pressure.
Yeah, Carino going that poke MF build with the Comet and the Scorch, going to just deal massive, massive damage. Karma, as a support, provides shield. She provides wave clear, but she doesn't have any innate healing. And that is a crisp trade coming out of Dog OG Kush Proxy Electrocute. Danny gets the charm in return, but still going to be the health advantage going over to the Victor. Hazem in the top lane is asserting full control over this wave, walking just outside the tower range. Dancing, we'll see the CS lead already 12, 13 CS up for Hazem, 3.5 minutes in. This is obviously how the matchup is expected to go with that R5 Olaf, but it's been 3 minutes into the game and Dorado Gamma almost has a 500 gold lead just off of CS alone.
And it's mainly this top lane, right? I mean, just this Hasm. I think Hasm is just gonna just continue to roll this unless Birdo decides, hey, we're gonna go topside and make a play. Otherwise, Hasm's just gonna continue to grow the CS lead, and this is dangerous territory already in the early game.
Yeah, but that's why Rare Candy and Hazem decided to go force that vertical jungle so that Birdo could not punish the top side. There's no reason for Diana to go to her top side camps while, they have been already killed by this Viego. And Diana not really getting anything on the bot side. Carino and 17 have such a health advantage that, Diana, a champion without much gank setup, cannot punish this MF and the Seraphine for assuming complete control over the wave.
And that's the a lot of times, and I've seen in depending on what you want to go with, not a lot of damage already. All right, well, Will Guifer's going to
Yeah.
get out of that one, but like Chelsea has something I've seen so far, especially when it comes to the season, is that unless you have that engage, like kind of like a bruiser jungle, or if you have some kind of beef, that you can have on your front side, you're gonna have a rough time. And the thing is that Dorado is showing like, hey, let's just use our aggression against this Ornn, this bot lane, and they're already getting a big advantage out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Diana champion really wants to farm for like most of the game, but especially until level 6, does not have that crowd control ability until that Moonlight's coming through. And we see Rare Candy going for the first gank of the game, forces the flash out of Will Griefer. The W does connect. Hazem pops the Ghost, gets the Undertow down. Will the Ornn go down? Yes, that's going to be first blood going over to Dog Hazem, and R5 is paying off. Hazem already 1 kill, burns the flash, and has a wave on his side of the lane. This top gap is going to continue to grow and going to be up to TA to find something. Already Birdo looking for counterplay onto Dog OG Kush in the mid lane. Victor walking very, very far up with no health. Pop cleanses absolutely nothing. That might have been the wrong
Whoa.
summoner spell. Mr. OG Kush going to flash away. Birdo doesn't have the stick. OG Kush,
Oh.
certainly interesting cleanse, but the flash is enough to walk away. Birdo popped the Lunar Rush onto OG Kush without getting the Moonlight, so there is no reset coming through. Danny did not have the level 6 for the Spirit Rush to follow up on the gank, and while it did look a little weird, OG Kush, very happy to make it out with his life.
Yeah, and it's like, and that's kind of heartbreaking if you're TA Sentinels on that play. You're trying to get a bounce back, especially after what you saw on the top side, and unfortunately, you don't get anything to show for it. I mean, yes, you got the cleanse out of OG Kush, but but if you take a look at the other side, it's now a 1.3 thousand gold lead, Chelsea. This is just getting worse and worse.
I mean, Dorado Gaming Gamma showing that patented early game aggression that you want with this comp. Having 2 winning side lanes with the MF Seraphine and the Ornn in and the Olaf into the Ornn leaves so much freedom for Rare Candy to do whatever he wants, however he wants a path. As we see Rare Candy getting into a bit of a jungle fist fight with Birdo. Birdo going in with the Lunar Rush, does have the reset. Conqueror pop for the Viego, but the bot lane is here. Birdo has to flash out, will make the safety, but Birdo, over-aggressing into Rare Candy's jungle, doesn't pick up any camps, I believe. Yeah, Rare Candy still a full camp up, and Birdo has to limp back over to his red buff to clear, as Rare Candy is going to go, clear the Gromp, and that's just more tempo for this Viego over this Diana. So we'll see what he's going to turn that tempo into. Moxified looking for the tether, just to trade. I don't think there's any kill angle for this Ash Karma. Both bot lanes about to take level 6, and these ultimates are going to be really, really impactful, especially on the side Dorado Gaming Gamma with that encore into that bullet, time ultimate can lead to a kill on these squishy marksmen and enchanters.
Well, Chelsea, what was problematic in that fight where Birdo goes in, I didn't see any pings that, Carino and 17 were missing. And also, I don't know if anyone noticed right before that play happened, Dr. Phil and Chill had fired off his bird shot to the bottom side of the map. So I think there was a misclick. So they didn't even have the vision to be able to see if there was any, movement or play happening. So just a lot of mistakes happening on the side of TA Sentinels right now.
And to further compound on that, because Birdo made such an over-aggressive look into the blue side of Rare Candy, Hazem, if you saw on the minimap, was actually able to path straight to Diana's blue and just take it for himself. So that's even more of an advantage. Olaf, is going to be able to constantly throw out those undertows with, the enhanced mana regen and the ability haste, and that just makes it even worse. 17 goes for the look with the level 6. Is it going to be enough? Carino fires out the bullet time, and both charges of the Seraphine Q will hit. I'm not going to say anything about that Seraphine ult. It was bad, but I know Justin is already going to hate me if I blame him more for it. But Carino, very good bullet time, still sees the angle, uses the E to get the slow so Dr. Phil and Chill cannot walk away. And a really well-placed Seraphine Q plus the passive auto to finish Dr. Phil and Chill off. However, he did die with flash up, and to me that just seems very greedy. You got the Seraphine ult, you get the MF ult, just burn your flash so that, the bot lane of Carino and 17 get punished for having a bit of a sketchy engage, but Dr. Phil and Chill greeds the flash, gets punished for it, and now, Carino going to have even more of an easier time able to crash that wave, as 17 actually we see on the minimap walking towards Rare Candy looking for a play on the top side. Birdo, however, is here first. Hazem pops the ghost. It seems he's just going to be able to get back, but Hazem wants smoke. Hazem knows he has teammates in the area. We see Rare Candy in the blue side jungle of Birdo looking for some sort of pick. Seeing the play is going to dissipate. Birdo just going to reset in the lane. We'll see if Rare Candy wants to take the Rift Herald for that tempo swing. As we see 17 looking mid lane, forces the Spirit Rush, and it seems that's just going to be a trade of ultimates. Victor ult for the Ahri ult, but Dr. Phil and Chill getting aggressed on by Carino. Carino sees Moxified walk into the mid lane. Again, another ult trade, but Carino, comes out with more health, comes out with advantage, going to have the push, drops the E. Look at that Comet damage. 17 getting back into lane at the same time as Moxified. 17 wants blood on the Seraphine, roaming around the map, looking for some sort of play to happen. Already a 2.5k lead for Dorado Gamma in this early game.
Kelsey, this is getting worse and worse as the time goes on. 17 is bloodthirsty.
Just as we say that, Birdo going in already exhausted. There is the Diana ult up. It seems 17 will just go down, but will they be able to get Carino as well? There doesn't seem to be any more of a play. Very good by Birdo to recognize that Carino and 17 were pushing up. Dr. Phil and Chill surviving with the sliver of health, but the Misfortune E plus the Scorch. Dr. Phil and Chill, what are you doing? Giving over free gold to Carino, not respecting this Misfortune at all. Scorch just buffed on the previous patch, going to deal a lot of damage, and Carino, going for this, Leandri's centric build, I believe, with the Fiendish Codex. That E is going to hurt, and Dr. Phil and Chill, playing with fire way too much. Going to be a 1-for-1 in the play overall.
And that's rough. I mean,
Hasen's going in with no health, but Olaf gets more attacks as the health goes down. The ultimate's going to be popped, but Hasen, what are you doing? Carino goes in too, and Dorado Gaming Gamma loses their mind on both sides of the map. Rare Candy looking for the finisher, pings the wrong butch. A Whittle Griefer is not there, and that is going to be the Ornn escaping. And what happened, Braincles?
Oh my goodness, this is what you call mad dog disease. They just apart on that play. It's like 17 was like the precursor, right? That missed ult, and then you're like, oh, but Carino got the kill, and then Birdo comes in and gets a kill, and you're like, but then Carino picks up a kill. Then it just started falling flat. Widow Gweefer, I don't know what Hasen was thinking in that play. You have the lead. Why are you rushing it? Give yourself time. You're scaling more and more in terms of your CS lead. It just felt like they rushed it, and then now TA Sentinels are, inching their way back in. It's not out of the woods yet in terms of the goal difference, but still, I mean, this is a team you don't want to start giving kills over to, champions like Birdo and, Widow Gweefer playing the Ornn.
Yeah, Hazem did forget about the fact that Ornn is, the mage fighter, tank, assassin, bruiser. He has damage. He is not just a tank. Ornn, known using that W to get those brittle procs off, and I think that's just what happened. Yes, you can't CC the Olaf during the ult, but that does not mean you can't kill him. And Hazem and Carino both playing with fire way too much, as the gold lead is still there. They still have tempo, but that's opportunity cost, You sort of give everything up, but we see the ultimate from 17 going to connect onto Moxify. That's going to be kill picked up by Carino. Rare Candy was there to set up for the dragon. Yeah, this is a whole lot of dying with flashes. What I've noticed out of the bot lane of TA Sentinels. Birdo did good. Birdo flashed away from that ultimate. Hazem's here though. Danny does have the Spirit Rush. Ahri is a very slippery champion. Gonna ult one way, but going to pop the flash as well. Has one more charge of the Spirit Rush. Hazem just hit the blast code, man! What are you doing? Oh, no. Hazem! It's right there. Ahri is just in your jungle, and we just give her one way out. It's gonna. Oh my!
No!
What am I watching, man? That is gonna be the dragon going over to Rare Candy. I believe messed up the smite, or I don't know if he just didn't have it, but Birdo walks in, gets it with the Diana Q, which is absolutely criminal if you ask me, but...
Hold on, Chelsea. Let's take another look at that real quick.
Yes, that is a replay. We need to... I want to see
Hold on. So take a look. I want to see how this dragon went down. We saw the dash away. We saw the misplay happening there. And then looks like I'm trying to see what exactly did they miss smite? Did they early smite? All we see is
the smite went down, but we just smited a little too early. While we were gone, by the way, Hazem got solo killed, so that's also cool.
No.
Hazem, what are we doing here?
We were talking about Dorado playing so well in this early game, and now it's 4-4 and kill. The dragon goes over to Birdo. Oh no.
Oh man.
Man, TA
Yeah,
Sentinels bouncing back though. Kudos to them because a lot of teams we've seen over the split so far, you get far behind, they kind of fold, right? And this one, T Sentinels is not going away too quickly.
yeah, TA Sentinels specifically off of the back of this Diana and, to this Ornn absolutely solo killing Hazem twice, is top side of TA Sentinels is really putting the rest of the team in their back. Birdo, getting good picks onto Carino in 17 and getting that dragon, looking for another pick onto OG Kush, forces the flash, the ultimate's going to go down, the stun is here, but Danny with the Spirit Rush this time is going to be able to follow up on the gank. That is going to be a kill onto the mid laner of Dorado Gaming Gamma, and it looks like the wheels are falling off. Birdo on this Diana is absolutely running the map. We
And
see
Chelsea, is this
play is
another
going to happen here, though. Rare Candy gets the stun onto Danny. There is no Spirit Rush. The ultimate's going to come through. Birdo completing the recall. Really, again, good decision making by Birdo. Needs to really know when his team is dead and he just needs to leave, which is a good skill to have, able to protect that. I don't think Birdo has shutdown, but able to protect that tempo, able to keep now ahead of Rare Candy in gold and kills. We see the Ash Arrow come through. We didn't need to flash that, but I'm glad we did, because if we got hit by it, would have been pretty unfortunate. 17 playing it safe rather than sorry, and Dog Hasm is trying to do what he did in the early game, except Ornn is now, say,
really
very,
tanky?
very strong, has a level up on Hazem, and Hazem decides he cannot kill the Ornn, so he will go help Rare Candy with this Rift Herald. 5 members of Dorado Gaming Gamma posturing around this post-plates Rift Herald. Can TA Sentinels get anything off of it? They have 3 members in mid lane, sort of forcing Gamma to walk around. There is no Seraphine ultimate active. Hazem, alright. You got it this time, Hazem. Totally. Yeah, actually, wait, he actually might. Hazem, no mana. Getting the E is the true damage is going to be doing a lot.
Oh
Hazem!
no!
Hazem! What are you doing, Hazem? Oh, I might have caster cursed him, or he might have just turned his brain off. I think both scenarios are equally likely. Rare Candy going into Birdo.
No!
What are we doing? We just saw Hazem get solo killed around that area, and Rare Candy chooses to join his friend in the afterlife. We are funneling TA Sentinels gold. We are funneling TA Sentinels kills. This is an impressive display, to say the least.
The Ornn being the kill machine, I love it. I love it when a tank gets the kills because, my goodness, Chelsea, this has been ridiculous. Just watching it from a TA Sentinel standpoint, you had a rough early game. You bounced that back, heading into the mid game, and it's just been a stomp since then, right? This has just been ridiculous, and I love
It's
what I'm seeing from TA Sentinels.
it's ridiculous, right? Because Gamma is absolutely turbo running it, but they still are somehow up in gold. I'm just going to take a look to see where this gold advantage is. Oh, that's where it is. Carino has 2,000 gold over Dr. Phil and Chill, and is also going to hit him in the face with a Q. We see the Seraphine Root coming down onto Birdo. Hazem potentially looking for the dive. Will he make this one work? Pops the Ragnarok. All right, backs out, but forces the flash out of Birdo. Good place. Ultimate from 17, and it looks like they're going to use this tempo to go get control over the dragon area. 5 members strong. Dorado Gaming Gamma balling up. Carino potentially looking for an ultimate with the bullet time. Still has that massive AoE ultimate. Already has that Leandri's Torment. Both him and the Victor have that burn. If they're able to get their abilities off onto these squishy members of TA Sentinels, it will be pain, but it's going to be the first big 5-on-5 team fight. The ultimate goes down. It does hit OG Kush. He doesn't have the cleanse of his force earlier. Birdo going to get the kill, but we see the bullet time going down. It's going to bring Birdo to half health. Will Rare Candy be able to get the kill? Yes, he will. That's going to be the reset. Hazem goes in 1v3, going to go down, but it's fine. He stalled time. Rare Candy gets a double kill. Still going to be 3-on-3, 2 for 2 already in the fight, but the charm goes down. Rare Candy going crazy. Ornn, can he do anything? Looking to go on to Carino, but Ornn is still in Ornn. Just has to flash away. Rare Candy going absolutely crazy in this team fight. Will Griefer should go down to more Viego stabs. That is going to be 4 kills for the side of Dorado Gaming Gamma. Dr. Phil and Chill, the lone survivor, going to have to reset alone in the mid lane, as that is going to be the Infernal Dragon going over to the victors of the team fight.
My goodness, this game has been back and forth, Chelsea, like a seesaw. And once again, we see, you know, Summoner Spell's not being used. Moxified still has the flash and died in
Oh
the
my god, there's
situation.
no way, man. There's no way we're not pressing our buttons like this. Uh, yeah, so,
Man,
sorry to cut you off there, Penkles. I
no,
just
no, it's
am
fine.
absolutely exasperated at that.
What was insane was that OG Kush, we saw that, bite him in the butt. He did not have the cleanse to get out of that team fight. He dies, but then all of a sudden Rare Candy goes, you know what? Time to put the team on my back. Picks up a double kill. Carino then picks up some more kills. And now it's starting to teeter back towards Dorado. So this has been a weird bell curve of a game so far, especially for Dorado.
I wouldn't consider it a bell curve, right? Because I do agree Dorado Gaming Gamma was, running it. Hazem, padding his college applications with some charity work, but they still had the gold advantage, and we see the Encore coming down. This time it's going to hit onto two. Hazem with the flank. Rare Candy and Hazem absolutely collapsing Dr. Phil and Chill. The lone Ash going to take an axe to the throat as Hazem gets a double kill. A really good angle with the Ghost, and credit to Hazem. He has played this entire game the same way. It's run into your face, which has bit him in the back a few times, specifically under the tower, but in that last dragon fight too, he has made a lot of space as we see Danny and Whittle Griefer going in for the 5v2 play. I think they realize that one never works. They burned both ultimates. I respect going for the steal. If we can steal Dragon with a Diana Q, I'm sure we can steal Baron with an REQ. I respect that attempt, but it is going to be the Baron giving over to Dorado Gaming Gamma. We will see how they use this gold, how they siege. They do have, top outer to take, but after that, it's just going to be starting to break the base of the TA Sentinels. And
Well, Chelsea,
yeah,
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but let you know in that when they locked down Moxified and Dr.
there's
Phil and
no way.
Chill,
There's no
Moxified still
way.
had the
There's
flash.
no way, man. This
Still
can't
had
be
the
legal.
flash.
This
Still
can't be legal. Please, someone tell me how many times this Karma has pressed flash this in the entire game.
I'm venturing to say once.
Once, right? It's been 22 minutes. Oh, Hazem going to pop the ultimate. Dr. Phil and Chill forces that out with the Ragnarok. It's going to be a 1v2 situation. Birdo pops the Moonfall. Is Hazem strong enough to 1v2? He will get Dr. Phil and Chill. This is the power of Olaf. Hazem unleashed tactically inting earlier to get the Hustler or something because Hazem level 13 able to take out both Birdo and Dr. Phil and Chill. It's Ash build Shield Bow. Fun fact about when you build Shield Bow on Ash. You are not dealing any damage ever. I don't think Shield Bow is right on Ash because your champion does like 4 damage anyway, and you are not building a damage item. Dr. Phil and Chill, new to AD carry, new to, not dying, I guess. But we're going to have to see if this Ash is going to be able to have an impact on maybe the second item or a third item, maybe before the Nexus explodes, as Danny flying a bit too close to Dog OG Kush.
Yeah, this is getting a little ridiculous, especially on Gamma's side. It's a 7,500 gold lead. Carino sitting at 6-1-5 has that Leandries, has been dealing a lot of damage. Especially whenever she throws down the E. But also on top of it, Hazem. Hazem, we thought at one point was playing brain dead for a few plays, dying to a Widow Weaver, but since then has pulled off multiple engages, had that double kill in the bot lane. I feel like this is the type of match, if you're Dorado, you're like, hey, yes, we made some mistakes, but look what we did in response to that.
Yeah, I mean, they've had the gold lead for about the entire game. As we see, map might change. A little Griefer getting a good flank going on to Carino, and he surely will go down
No,
eventually.
what?
No, he is going to live. Carino with the bullet time as survives, and Hazem now is angry. He says, get off of my ADC. There's the flash coming out from Karma.
Flash!
It has happened. We've done it. But will it be enough? Will it be anything? A Whittle Griefer surely won't take that much damage up. No, he has to flash. Dr. Phil and Chill will auto attack Rare Candy for maybe 10 damage at most, as it looked good. It looked doable, but I guess Birdo just doesn't deal enough damage. Sarah Queen getting that healing off, and Carino able to survive a very, very precarious situation.
Kelsey, your thoughts on Aegis or the the tank item on the Diana, because I feel like that might not service them well in terms of getting the damage out.
So Sunfire Diana is generally considered to be the more acceptable, it's sort of the
Yeah.
standard comp ready build. I don't think it's wrong. I think like you can't really go wrong with it. He is into like a team of squishies, so sure you could make an argument where you just go like the full AP one shot and then you hope to kill like Karino, Kush, and 17 in like the same ultimate. I think Sunfire Diana is, still the safer option,
Oh
and
yeah,
I think there are
obviously.
many more problems than are Diana's itemization this game.
Yeah, yeah. It's more of, I feel like if you were gonna have that item, it's almost like I don't feel like they have enough AP itemization. You know what I mean? Because you have the shield bow on Ash. You don't. Um,
Oh,
Karma's got Shirelli's or
we
Shirella's.
upgraded this Ornn upgraded Ash's shield bow first, by the way. That is criminal. We have oh boy, that is I'm Birdo and I am quite possibly one of the only like humans currently on the Rift on the side of TA Sentinels, and I am not getting my Ornn upgrade. Oh man, I am I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way about my top laner, but that's just me.
Love that somehow though Widow Gleefers has a CS lead on this on Hazem.
I think that's because Hazem decided to leave. Hazem has decided that farming is beneath him and has decided to just look for these angles onto champions, which to Hazem's credit, they've worked out. This Olaf unable to be killed fast enough in a lot of these fights. That is probably because TA forgot to draft damage. Olaf as a champion, if he's not like bursted, he will sustain through these fights, especially if you get him to low health, he only gets stronger. And if you can't finish him off in one shot, we'll see Dr. Phil and Chill and Danny try and do that. They're hitting him with everything. He almost got like half health. That was cool. We had to bring Diana down there too, and now we're going to lose our top inner turret. And look at the pressure. Widow Griefer with the 3-man E. Be a shame if there's anyone else that could follow up on
Yeah,
that one. As the
yeah.
turret's gonna go down, we see the ultimate coming through. Gamma chooses to strike, and the bullet timer
Oh.
rips through Moxified. He didn't have flash that time, so can't blame him for that. Hazem is just walking under 2 Nexus turrets. He might die this time. We see the ultimate come through, but he is immune to CC. Birdo going in. Hazem will go down eventually. No, I lied.
No!
I lied. He doesn't die. They don't deal any damage. Rare Candy gonna pop the stopwatch. The double up going to pick up Danny. Dr. Phil and Chill going to go down too. And
Oh
it seems like Dorado Gaming Gamma, they were playing the game the entire time. They were playing it really well for the back half. They inted it a little bit, but they still were the only ones playing League of Legends here. And TA Sentinels are going to go down in 28 minutes. Game 1 over to Dorado Gaming Gamma. Eventually. Just hit the Nexus, guys. Come on.
This is oh my gosh, no. Okay, I was like that's a BM. Just blow the Nexus up.
Just hit the Nexus, guys. Come on, what are we doing?
Man, but Chelsea, I gotta tell you, Gamma looked really strong after some of those, miscues in the mid game, but they turned it around. Hazem had a great match in that one. But also, I want to give a shout out to 17. 17 had some, pivotal moments in that match. So did Carino. But if you're on TA Sentinel side, maybe look more towards that aggressive style that Birdo had. Birdo had some good picks, had some good kills. Whittle Gleefer, but maybe try to play through that because obviously, your bot lane was playing at a deficit from the get go.
Yeah, bot lane was very, 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 very gapped. And I feel bad for Birdo because Birdo was making those angles happen. Birdo on the Diana, doing his absolute best. A Will Griefer, had a bit of a rocky early game, but was finding those angles onto Hazem. Even though Hazem was going a bit too aggressive, it's really good for Birdo to recognize, not for Birdo, for Will Griefer to recognize those windows. I think TA just forgot to draft damage, you know, and
Yeah,
TA also forgot to build damage as well. We have Everfrost Ari and Shield Bow Ash, which is real human itemization, is what I would say if I was a liar. But we gotta go back to the drawing board on that one because that was an unfortunate scenario. They do have red side for this game though. And if you want to play towards top side, you always have that R5 option to give the counter pick to a Little Griefer. You know, draft a jungler that can punish Hazem for his overaggression. I feel like that's all you can do. Your bot lane is not going to give you anything. So I think it really requires a full pivot.
Yeah, and I think that what we're gonna see from them in the draft process, I do think TA Sentinels maybe playing towards that tank again because whenever they played alongside Widow Weaver, they did a good job with that in the team fights. But I feel like they need to find, as you said, they need to go back to the drawing board. But Chelsea, we'll be getting ready for game 2 here soon. So folks at home, don't go anywhere as we get ready for game 2 between the TA Sentinels and Dorado Gaming Gamma. All right, welcome back, folks. I'm Brankles, joined by Chelsea. We are here for game two between Dorado Gaming Gamma and TA Sentinels. Now, Chelsea, that first game, Dorado looked really strong. What do you expect in this game two?
I expect Dorado to rein it back in a little. I think, they had the luxury to sprint it down a little in the early to mid game, but I think, if you're Dorado, you have like a clear, place to improve, even though they won and they respectfully destroyed TA Sentinels. They have these angles. You see the bands coming through. Dorado Gaming Gamma does have blue side now, so TA Sentinels does have those coveted R3 and R5 counter picks. We'll see how that pivots the draft. TA Sentinels taking away the Aatrox and the Camille in the first phase, and Dorado Gaming Gamma swapping the Lilia ban from last game to a Yone ban and picking the Lilia B1 for themselves.
Yeah, and I think Lilia, is because that's kind of a flex still, right? I've seen some Lilia top lanes, but we do see the Sivir.
Oh, we see. Okay,
Okay, they're going the
it's gonna
Ezreal
be
route.
Ezreal. Sivir did just get nerfed, and Blinding Sivir means you just get the rat locked into you, and then you lose the game of League of Legends. So I want to see if Karina was willing to pull that out, but it's going to be the Ezreal. Definitely a safer pick for the bot lane of TA Sentinels, which is, what I was talking about, what we want to improve on. Just put the bot lane on something safe and pressure top side. However, this is a lot of respect from Dorado Gaming Gamma given over to the jungler of TA Sentinels, banning two of the champions, picking one of them. I mean, Tilia is a mid jungle flex, but we see here Gamma hovering the Lucian. Could they just seems yeah, that's gonna be
Yep.
Lucian Nami
Yeah,
locked in.
yeah,
So
that's coming in.
yeah, that's just gonna be the lock. That is a Carino and 17 saying we are miles better than your bot lane, which fair enough, and we are going to destroy whatever Ezreal plus safe lane you put it so hard that even if you give attention topside, it doesn't matter. The Wukong was picked up by TA Sentinels, another sort of go in and dive champion for Birdo with the ability to make some early playmaking. I like Wukong um over Diana in scenarios where you want to do something pre-6 because Diana's kind of gated to like farm, farm, farm. She's a little more farm reliance than the Wukong who has the W to create angles for earlier opportunities, plays at a bit of a higher tempo than Diana, and maybe this is Birdo saying that, I want to, be doing more on the map early on. Yumi locked in, Ezreal Yumi just going to try and survive and not get killed 9 times. One thing I will note, Yumi doesn't take flash. So this is a really good adaptation for the TA Sentinel support who refuse to press flash. This is unironically the biggest brain play I have seen ever in a draft.
That was good. That was good, Chelsea. That was really good. As we see some more bands come through, but taking away the Ornn from Widow Guifer, maybe they go a different route with the tank. Now, I know that we see that the Yumi and Ezreal is going to have to go up against the Lucian Nami. Maybe get yourself a mid laner that can help pressure. Maybe get to that backside because Lucian can dodge, dash away, right? And Nami has
That
it.
is
The Swain?
that makes sense. Okay. So the Swain lock, you ban Silas on 4, it gives you the opportunity to lock Swain. If you leave Silas up, you lose the game of League of Legends most likely. Swain does have other answers, and this is one of them. This is one of the answers. This is gonna be a weird answer picking with that Lilia though. Generally, champions like Lilia want to be solo AP, but I know Dorado Gaming OG Kush, the president himself, is a fan of the mages, and he is going to lock in his famous Ziggs. Now, we see the Xerath and Ziggs hover because when you're playing into Swain and you don't have Silas, the other way you can beat him is you outrange him. So Kush sort of taking his pick of those long-range artillery mages, and where have I seen this Olaf before? It is Hazem. This
Is
time,
Hazen doesn't care.
Hazem doesn't care. It also does leave open the top jungle flex. I don't know if Hazem plays Lilia. I mean, he's a good enough player that he's probably competent on it. So leaving the ability for the Lilia and the Olaf to be flexed within the top jungle is probably one of the safer ways you can play our. Oh, okay. That's gonna be Kayn. I'm gonna assume it's Kayn jungle, Wukong top. Kayn top really is only a counter pick into like tanks, and I feel like Lily and Olaf both would absolutely bash Kayn in. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see this Wukong top for a Whittle Griefer pick. I believe that he's played before. So we will see how that matches up. And we also have locked in Kayn, by the way. That's cool.
All
We'll
right.
see. So I don't hate Kayn as a champion, partly because one of the picks like my current jungler plays. If I'm Kayn here, I'm definitely going for that blue Kayn assassin technology. I see a Lucian, I see a Nami, I see a Ziggs, and no real, hard CC besides Lily asleep to really play around. You also have a Yumi, can be your little E-Kitten, do Yumi Kayn stuff. So something you'll see in solo queue a lot, seldom seen in comp, but no, I don't hate it, which is surprising because it is Kayn, but I do not hate it. I think really good adaptation. We'll see if Dorado Gaming Gamma will be able to bully this Kayn, because what Gamma wants to do is force Kayn to be so behind that he gets form at like 15 minutes, and then like, oh no, we have not had a jungler for 15 minutes, and then we are sad. But if Kayn is able to get those early stacks, one thing I've seen out of solo queue Kayn's is they will take they'll go Ignite Smite. You know, what they'll do is when there's ranged laners like this Lucian, this Nami, this Ziggs, they will just go through the wall and they will just drop Ignite and leave. And because Ignite damage is, on a ranged champion, it will stack your form for you. So we'll see if Birdo goes for the Ignite Smite technology. I do want to see it because
I
I
mean, you
do
got to
want to
find an
see
advantage, right?
yeah, you got to get this Kayn ahead. You know, Kayn getting blue form early in this game is going to make it very, very hard for Dorado Gamma to play the game of League of Legends. We also did draft damage, which is what I asked Wind to do. So thank you, Wind, for that one. Definitely, we can see where both of these comps can snowball the game. Bot lane going to be Lucian Nami absolutely bashing Ezreal Yumi in. And for the side of TA Sentinels, if this Kayn gets ahead, it's going to be pretty game over for the side of um Dorado Gaming Gamma. Welcome back. We have escaped the prison of the intermission screen. Me and Brankles are here just to give you a few final words before we go to our actual intermission. I'll toss over to you, Brankles. Looking at both comps, Dorado Gaming Gamma and TA Sentinels, who do you think takes this game?
I really do think Dorado still just because of the aggressive style. You do have the Lucian Nami. But like I said, if you do not get on top of this Kane and you don't have the warding in place, I feel like this might be a situation where Birdo might be that win condition for T Sentinels. But I think Dorado wins this one.
I'm also going to give it over to Dorado Gaming Gamma because Carino is been put in a position to really carry this game, and we saw what Carino did last game. I gotta hold faith, but I definitely think that it can go either way.
Yes, I agree. So, well, guys, stick around. We're going to go to a short break as we get ready for game two between TA Sentinels and Dorado Gaming Gamma. All right, welcome back, folks. Brankles with Chelsea as we got ourselves a game two matchup between Dorado Gaming Gamma and TA Sentinels. Any of these runes surprising you, Chelsea, or is this normal for these champs?
Not surprising per se, but I do want to draw attention to Carino going for that first strike on the Lucian. It is first strike obviously is a gold generation rune, but when people take first strike, they generally take it for the burst damage, similar to Birdo on the Kane going for that first strike. It's if you strike a champion first, you will I believe they keep nerfing the number, but I believe it's now 8% increased damage. And for a champion like Lucian who wants to open up a fight with that E into the autos, proccing the Nami E, deal all your damage in a short period of time, first strike can be a tech rune against really squishy, champions and team comps where you don't really care about the value that you get with press the attack. And when Carino's win condition is absolutely beating up this Ezreal and this Yumi, first strike, is a viable option.
And I also am very intrigued by this ghost pick on OG Kush. You
Yeah,
know,
I got a message from OG Kush last time saying that one random cleanse we saw in the mid lane was him thinking he had taken Ghost, but yeah, so
so
clearing his name a little.
yeah, so maybe that's what he was wanting from the beginning was Ghost.
Well, I don't think he wanted Ghost because you're playing into Ashe. We saw how useful the cleanse could be, but it is generally a comfort spell for a lot of AP mage champions who really suffer from not having move speed and not having that maneuverability in a fight. OG could going to be able to create a lot of space between him and the generally short range divers of this Kane, this Wukong, and oh my God, Hazem is
Oh,
Hazeming again. Get him, Hazem! Get him, Hazem! I want to see
dang.
Hazem get him.
Hasem just aggressive early on, but so far right now, I want to say what has not been surprising, but we may see a gank here in the mid lane though.
Ooh, level 3 on Rare Candy, going for the bowling ball, gonna go absolutely wide though. Rare Candy just taking a little stroll as. Wait a minute, if we look at these jungle pathings, it seems that Birdo is already, camp ahead because of that gank. It is potentially going to look for the bot lane using the thing that Kane does where he walks through the walls, which one of the most infuriating mechanics of League of Legends, might be looking to get a surprise gank onto Carino and 17. Danny getting a good trade in the mid lane, getting that pull back into the W, gonna stack up those stoles to get health. Birdo decides against the gank, just going to get the Scuttle Crab, has tempo over Rare Candy, about a camp up, looking potentially to make a trade or pressure these Raptors,
Or
as
coming
instead,
into the mid lane.
yeah, just instead decides to go to the mid lane as the camera pans over. OG Kush going to W away. I watched all that on my mini map, but I'm sure it was interesting. OG Kush, no mana though, but Rare Candy is here, gets the slow. Both of these champions low health. Danny here. Birdo goes in with the flash
Oh,
Q, the flash E going forward. Rare Candy has the flash over the bomb. Is gonna go
oh,
through. The President Dorado Gaming OG Kush going to pick up first blood, and it looks good for TA Sentinels. It looks like an angle, but mechanically, Kush and Rare Candy make the play happen. As Rare Candy going for more, looking for the gank onto Widow Griefer. Wukong does have level 4, Hazem only level 3, but the ghost is popped. Widow Griefer does have the flash up, looking to try and trade, but Hazem says no, gets the kill. That's going to be 2 kills already for the side of Dorado Gaming Gamma, and looks a lot like the early game of last game, Brankles. What are your thoughts?
oh, and you really feel for Birdo there because the flash in has a chance to maybe pick up a double kill because then you also have Danny come over the wall with the flash, but they split perfectly. We saw Rare Candy go up towards the top, got away with the blast cone, and then we saw OG Crush pick up the fadeaway bomb shot to kill Birdo. And then we saw on the top side, Hazem is once again playing aggressive, but doesn't go too aggressive in the sense that they allow Widow Weaver to get too far, and then Rare
Oh,
Candy comes
Carino
up.
looking for the angle. Doesn't get the auto onto Yumi. Going to force the exhaust, though. Burning that summoner spell is going to be really clutch. Exhaust into these burst ADs, like, the Lucians, the Tristana, Samiras, is definitely the biggest, limiting factor you have against them. And burning that exhaust means that for the next 180 seconds, Carino is deadly. with that Lucian first strike.
Yeah, Carino is going to be sitting there, sitting pretty, especially with the fact that, you're not going to be able to have that exhaust later on. But we can say this: we do know that Moxify can use a summoner spell.
That is true. This might just be like that is a summoner spell used. That's a big development, Frankles. This is character development at its finest. I love the storylines you create in the CCS, and I love that Hazem is going aggressive again. A little griefer is having a tough time into this Olaf. Last game it was, it was picked R5. It was sort of the, powerful counter. Oh, goodbye, Kush. All right, we are in a pause for a second, but I will continue my thoughts about this Olaf. Last game, Olaf was picked R5 into the Ornn. It's the counter pick. It's I'm gonna punish you, but this time a little griefer. He had to expect it. He played against it last game. It was picked R5. The Wukong, was picked earlier in the draft, but we could have picked a top laner. We could have sent that Wukong jungle, but Lil Griefer opted into this matchup. And if it goes the same way as last time, Hazem is eventually going to get too scary to deal with. So we'll have to see a Whittle Griefer, punish this Olaf in the early game, punish Hazem's aggressiveness like he was able to last game, but we'll have to see, Rare Candy making that play happen, getting Hazem ahead. You know, maybe it's the snowball has already started.
Yeah, and because also if you take a look at that bot side, Carino's got 13 CS difference. And to give you guys a little bit of notice right now, they're waiting for OG Kush to get back into the game. They said that the mid laner was lagging, and that's why we have a pause. But so far right now, the whole Lucian Nami bot lane is playing out like we normally see it. Chelsea, we see the aggressiveness. We see that they have, this continuous pressure on.
Oh,
As
we're back.
whoa, we just bounced right back in.
Yeah, we bounced right back in. We do have the little spectator thing where it decides to pause anyway.
Mhm.
I'm watching 3 Wukongs on this cannon wave, and
Yeah,
that's a fun sight.
this is a strange, strange Wukong. I will say, maybe this is what they needed was 3 top laners to take on Hazem.
Yes, very smart Sprankles. This is the strategy for TA Sentinels. Wukong. All right, I'm back in. Are you back in? Just want to
I'm
make
back
sure.
in as well.
Yeah, 606, 607, 608. We're chilling, right?
Yeah, we're chilling as
All
Lil
right.
Creeper's low.
Yeah, Will Griefer is not chilling. The other 2 Shadow clones have disappeared, and now it's just one monkey with a staff versus a very, very angry Hazem. Had to see what Gamma's next play is, though. Sorry to cut you off there, Brankles. Are you
Yeah,
gonna
no.
say?
Well, I was gonna say like that's the thing is what's the next play? Do you start to swap around and try to get that dragon, or are you going to have Rare Candy continue to farm out? And hey, looks like we may have a gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, Rare Candy going around doesn't have the sleep. Does he have the damage? The Swain ult is popped and Kush dealing so much damage with that bouncing bomb. Dorado Gaming OG Kush is known for his zigs, and the experience he has on the champ is clearly showing as Carino is just doing what Hazem did to Whittle Griefer. Again, another game where both side lanes have so much pressure on the side of Gamma. Carino in 17 always seems just to be, the more aggressive pair getting the better of TA Sentinel's bot lane. And Hazem, if known for anything, known for his aggression. And it's sort of hard to find these angles when you don't have priority in either side lane. Berto not able to really get these fights happening, not really able to get those stacks. Didn't take the ignite, which is it's definitely like the safer thing and probably the correct way to play League of Legends. But maybe the ignite would have helped. Maybe getting that blue cane form and getting your team online before, you know, it all goes downhill is what you needed this game.
Yeah, I see. We're seeing some vision playing around this dragon. No dragons have been picked up yet, so we may see a situation where hey, we can get a pick and then we rush it.
Oh, Hazem. Hazem has decided that this is his jungle, forcing the smite out of Birdo and doesn't care. You might get the red buff,
Oh
but you are
no.
going to get hit in the face with 3 axes in a row. And Kane is low. Kane has no smite. That is just going to be the Ocean Dragon given over to Dorado Gaming Gamma. Remember last game we talked about how Hazem, tends to fall behind in CS. Come mid game on these top laners. That's because he leaves. He leaves and he goes, takes enemy junglers camps, takes half of their HP. He goes ganks mid. Hazem uses his aggression to go and make plays happen on the rest of the map, and it is benefiting, as you see. Rare Candy, though, where have I seen this before? Gets the smite, but Birdo is here. Birdo doesn't hit the W, and Birdo is no longer here. Rare
Yeah,
Candy able to make the clean escape with the smite.
and as you were saying with Hazem not in the lane, but still has a CS difference. I really think that Hazem has been the
I
all
was
right. Okay, I thought we were gonna have a DC there for a second because Hazem didn't move. Hazem
No,
just stood
Hazem.
there.
Oh, we see the play coming in. Rare Candy this time does have to sleep. The Swain ult's going to be popped on too, but Birdo is here. It's going to be a 2v2. Rare Candy hits the W, hits the Q. Will Danny go down? The bomb is going to hit! The president strikes true. He will go down for his war crimes.
No,
Probably, maybe.
no
There
way.
is no way we can keep letting this happen.
Oh,
Oh, Mr. OG Kush does it again. The true shot barrage from Dr. Phil and Chill does not hit as well. Someone stop this man! Dorado Gaming OG Kush on his patented pick, making a statement this game.
just throws the bomb from downtown, gets the kill on Danny, lives, and then we see Rare Candy pick up a kill on Birdo. Birdo now 0-2-0. This is getting more and more dicey as this gold lead is starting to balloon, Chelsea.
Yeah, remember when I said that TA Sentinels had to get their jungler ahead to have that threat with the Yumi? I
Oh, that's
mean,
not happening.
that's yeah, I mean, how many stacks does this Kane have? It has to be like nothing, right? Like, what has he hit? He's hit Kush sometimes, but then he also has died. And that is all this Kane has done. I respect the Kane R5 pick. I definitely see the vision. I see like what we're thinking. Like, I love Flaming Wind as much as no, it's just me. I love Flaming Wind, but I definitely see the vision. It is just an execution gap right now, and Dorado Gaming Gamma are certainly executing 17 here for the play. Birdo is looking again for a gank. He just wants to get some stacks. He wants to get his form sometime this game, but will not hit anyone or anything. 17 with the roam to protect the president as OG Kush continuing to reign dominance over this lane.
Love how Hazem is multiple times this game just waiting, like not even moving, just literally holding that mouse button there. Gets like hit once, but doesn't care what Widowgleafer does. Just picks up another CS there. But taking a look at the way this is happening, as we see Birdo is close to transforming.
Oh, we're almost there. Now,
Fi-
now I do have to ask. This could be a bad scenario because all the ganks had happened onto Lilia and Ziggs. So there's a very, very small chance, and am not like the most familiar with Kane Orb gains. Like I know a little, but I don't know like the specific numbers. There's a small chance this Kane could have red form. That would be very, very bad. I don't think it will happen, but we do have to recognize that possibility. And we do have to wait for Birdo to get those last few soul orbs to go from near transformation to actively transformed, as we see. Yeah, Dr. Phil and Chill is not having a fun time, just zoned off of every wave by the power of this Lucian Nami.
no, the CS difference is
Okay.
getting worse and worse.
Birdo going in onto Hazem won't be able to get the kill, and that's just melee orbs. Hazem even looking for the 1v2. Hazem is standing still. He is daring TA Sentinels to fight him. And Karino going in with the calling Dr. Phil and Chill. That
Oh,
is a heal. That is another Summoner Cell used from Mox's side. We are steadily improving here, but Dr. Phil and Chill, regardless, is going to be chunked out. Widow Griefer going in for the trade, but he realizes he does not want to mess with Hazem. And what do we do as TA Sentinels? We cannot find anything on the map. We are, thoroughly bleeding out so far. Already almost a 3,000 gold lead. Looking individually, at his gold lead on Carino, on Kush. Yeah, every champion that isn't the support has at least a 400 gold lead. And where do you find these picks? Where do you find these kills? Dorado Gaming Gamma playing a lot more reserved than last game. You can't count on them to absolutely sprint it down. So you're gonna have to do something of your own. Make some sort of angle, find some sort of pick, or you will just lose this game of League of Legends.
and that's another thing is we haven't seen Danny go into any other lanes. One of the things that always scared me about Swain, and one of the reasons why I would ban it so much.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Karina wants blood, but this could be the angle. Birdo is here. We see the Nami ult going to hit onto Dr. Phil and chill, but Kane is here. Kane gets exhausted. Carino very low, gets the Nami heal, but the Kane ult comes through. That will be the kill. Birdo making it happen, getting the kill onto Carino, but Rare Candy is here. Flashes forward. They want this fight, but Will Griefer has walked down from top lane, pops the flash, pops the cyclone. Rare Candy going to be able to get out. The President Dorado Gaming OG Kush going to escort his team to safety, and Hazem is going to get a lot from that in the top lane. Very good from Birdo, but a Whittle Griefer not able to find it. The TP is canceled, and a
Oh,
Whittle Griefer goes down. This is devastating for the top laner of TA Sentinels. Hazem's able to crash that full wave, able to get that full tower, and Hazem is now a menace on the Rift. The Rift Herald popped as well. Dorado Gaming Gamma are not stopping. They want this Dragon too. Carino is going to respawn. Carino is going to get here eventually. TA Sentinels aren't looking to give this up. 3-man squad hovering around the
is
Dragon.
anyone going to answer Hazem?
No one's going to answer Haas, and they don't care. Dr. Phil and Chill is walking. He can't survive that. Rare Candy looking forward. Rare Candy asserting control over the river, and Dorado Gaming Gamma might turn back onto this Drake. We see the culling go down. Is that going to be the kill? E forward from Carino. The bouncing bomb hits the Yumi. That is an emote, but that is not going to be a kill. That's going to be the Dragon given over to Dorado Gaming Gamma. That is going to be the tower given over to Haas, and Birdo made a good look onto Carino, found the angle, found the kill. But I think we might have given up more than we got due to a very questionable roam by Whittle Griefer.
Yeah, this is now a 5,000 plus gold difference. But like you said, like Birdo, it looked like that was a great play by Birdo. And then they just overstayed their welcome, and Whittle Queefer getting killed in the bush did not help in that situation.
Yeah, definitely. Whittle Griefer griefed a Whittle, definitely. A little more than Whittle. Because the Wukong was doing an okay job at not getting destroyed by the Olaf. Did go down once, but we were surviving. We are no longer surviving. Hazem now has a almost 2,000 gold lead at 15 minutes over the laner. It is very, very scary for anyone facing this Olaf. And, you know, TA did draft more damage. The problem is the damage is very far behind. So it's going to be the same effect as last game where no one can kill this Olaf. And generally in a game of League of Legends, you need to be able to kill the other champions, as Carino is demonstrating. Dr. Phil and Chill is not able to play. Oh, he canceled the ult!
Oh, oh,
Way. There's no way we're letting this happen. Danny's most likely dead. Hazem does miss the undertow. Not going to pick up the axe. Just going to auto the Swain to death. Will he go down to the tower? No, he will not. That is, oh, you hate to see it. You don't hate to see it because that was hilarious to watch, but you do hate to see it if you are Dr. Phil and Chill. Not looking at his champion model because he was clearly panning the camera down to charge that true shot barrage, but didn't see that there was a giant mega inferno bomb. Oh, Hazem's dead. Goodbye, Hazem. Well, what are you doing, Hazem? Birdo
Hazem.
getting that shutdown. Birdo, the last and only hope for TA Sentinels, does have that blue cane, does have that farm unleashed, got a huge shutdown. If someone is going to save this dying TA Sentinels team, it has to be Birdo because the rest of his team is not playing the game. They are not able to play the game of League of Legends anymore.
Well, here's the thing though, is that before Dr. Phil Chill's death, I mean, one of the things you said is like, hey, as long as they don't have a bunch of deaths in the bot lane, and they didn't, right? But we saw what happened. OG Kush is playing out of his mind on this six. Carino has been doing a lot of damage once again as we see that. And where else is TA Sentinels going to find advantages on the map? That's the problem. Birdo, yes, has 2 kills, but like, did it amount to them taking a tower? No. All 3 towers are still healthy.
Yeah, it's already more than a 5k gold lead at 20 minutes. It is going to require some real 1v9 from this Kane. And, if there is anyone on the team of TA Sentinels that I'd ask to put out a 1v9 performance, it definitely would be, Berto. Definitely, showing that he's the most capable player on the Rift, but there's only so much a single player can do. League of Legends is, in fact, a game, 5v5 team game, and it's looking dire, Brankles.
You know what though? As much as it's a gold differential of insane proportions, if Widow Gleefer can get underneath, can get a knock up, maybe that's where you have Birdo come in and clean up, right? So maybe that's the only hope they have. But Birdo's coming in though.
Erdo coming in, looking for Hazem. Does get the W. That is going to be the True Top Barrage going down too. Hazem should go down here. That's going to be the Kane. The R2 should kill, and that is going to be a killing spree for Birdo. Finding another pick onto Hazem. It seems that in Hazem's Dorado contract, he must get like at least 2 isolated deaths per game or something because he is playing like he needs to fill a quota. However, Rare Candy and the rest of the Dorado Gaming squad are finding that Rift Herald onto the mid lane. They break the mid outer. Will they get the next charge? Rare Candy walking up, trying to escort this Herald, and Dr. Chill might just die. Okay, he doesn't die, but I wouldn't put it past him. Rift Herald charge doesn't come through. Birdo, level 12, but Carino does not care, dashing in with the power of the Nami E. There's going to be another dragon coming up. It's going to be the Cloud Drake. Will both teams fight for it? Carino, he is alone this time, and that is a level 12 Kane with a Yumi.
That was a little scary if you're Carino because your Nami's already backing. You're not going to have any help. As much as Lucian is a threat and you still have Gale Force, a level 12 Kane on top of you with a Yumi might not survive that at all.
Yeah, I think this Kane is still strong, right? He is, doing what he can, almost equal gold with Rare Candy. If there is one person you don't want to be isolated against, it's the Kane Yumi. But we see Dorado Gaming Gamma already starting up the Dragon. Carino, yeah, that's a dead Ezreal. Fun fact. Hazem's here. Birdo looking for a pick onto 17, but there's just too many members of Dorado Gaming Gamma. A Widow Griefer probably going to pick up the objective bounty on that top outer as a consolation prize, but it's tough. It's tough.
They prescribed melatonin to Dr. Phil and Chill and told him to go to sleep. That was rough.
Now they prescribed that man a hearse. That man is dead.
Oh man.
That is a dead Ezreal if I have ever seen one. It does have the Miramano going into the Trinity Force second. That can't be real itemization. Okay. We went Shield Bow on Ashe. We're going Triforce on First Strike Ezreal into Ziggs, Lucian, Nami, Ezreal. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not
maybe
gonna say anything because my mom told me to be nice to people, but
OG
I really
Kush.
OG Kush though. Oh, he's gonna go down. No, he's not gonna go down.
No,
He is never gonna go down.
no.
He is immortal. You can't get. Oh, he might go down. Birdo is here. Birdo is here. Birdo, come on! Yeah, he missed it with the super.
Birdo,
Oh,
no.
Birdo does
But
find
Carino,
Carino. Carino should go down eventually. No,
no.
no. Birdo chooses to live instead of go for the one for one with Carino, which I can respect. Birdo could have queued back in onto the Lucian, traded one for one, but Birdo valuing his life.
Probably
Definitely the smart play there.
valuing the Baron because if he goes down, they're just
Yeah.
gonna take that Baron.
Yeah, definitely very smart. Unfortunate that the sweeper did not reveal the position of OG Coach, but I am convinced this man has plot armor or something. He just can't die. He cannot die.
It was
And
so low.
yeah, but he can't die. He can't die. Carino is gonna show that Dr. Chill can definitely die. I mean, he just wants to farm a midwave. He's not allowed to, but he wants to. As we
That's
see
that's
we see
painful.
pings going on to the Baron. We
Oh
see
man.
Birdo is behind, looking for a pick onto someone with this Yumi. Not's gonna find it. The thing about Kayn is that it's really hard to play this 1v9 Kayn style when Dorado Gamma are strong enough that they can just group. Hazem is walking in. This is the classic Hazem play, running into 3 members. Not gonna go down, but not gonna get any kills. That is the Swain ult burned though. Swain is keeping this ult up. Members of Gamma are still walking in. They're not letting
Yeah.
it time out. Will they just kill him anyway? That bomb could have done a lot of damage. Birdo coming in for the flank onto Carino. Going to get hit with the return fire. Hazem goes in on the flank. Birdo goes into the ultimate. Hazem goes down. Will Griever picks that kill up. A Rare Candy is in. Rare Candy gets to sleep into Zanya's Hourglass, and that is all she wrote. Dr. Phil and Chill, the only one awake. The also not going to deal any damage. It was a valiant effort from Birdo, but Rare Candy found the opportunity. Rare Candy found the play, and Dorado Gaming Gamma were ready to clean up. That is going to be Baron given over to the blue team.
Hey, Chelsea, I hate to bring it to your attention, but do you see what Dr. Phil and Chill's summoner spell is still?
There's no way, right? Oh, there's no
Flash is
way.
still up. But also, I like to point out that heal is still up.
Heal is still up on the Yuumi. That is true. It's I don't know. You can't put them both on Yuumi, right? So one person's gonna have to take like Flash, and that means one person's not gonna use Flash. I feel really bad, but
You
this
know, I will say this. Birdo did have the right mind on that play, right? Trying to, make an advantage, go for the back. And Danny was keeping that ultimate form up for a while.
yeah, they played it really well. They were able to, sort of stay Dorado Gaming out. Gamma, walking in, keeping that Swain sustain alive, but Hazem finding the angle going around the red buff wall. He's also finding an angle onto Kane. He just walks up and throws the Q. He doesn't care. Birdo looks like he wants to make a pick. Danny is here as well, but the rest of Gamma is here. I think it's just going to be standoff. Hazem looking to assert control. 5 members strong. Dorado Gaming Gamma are moving as a pack. As this Kane can't find any picks. This Kane is doing his absolute damnedest, but
Yeah, because Birdo knows if he goes in at any point to like take on one of the squishies, he's gonna get jumped by 4 other members, and they don't have Wukong is in the top lane. Does have the teleport, but is that going to be enough time to because that's a lot of damage that's going to come out of this Dorado side.
And the thing is, if Kane goes in and like best case scenario kills both Lucian and Nami, I think like, oh, we see a fight starting though. They're looking for Hazem. Hazem alone, but he has a Ragnarok pop. Carino popping the calling as well. 17 is here. Could this be the healing that Hazem needs? Is going to live for a little longer. There's the triumph.
Oh,
Dorado Gaming Gamma is immortal. They cannot die. Hazem going back for the re-engage onto Dana. Dr. Phil and Chill goes in. He does die. Hazem eventually goes down, but it's not it.
what was that? The
It's
TP by
plot
Little Gleeper
armor.
was no Little Gleeper TP'd in super late.
Yeah, he showed up to just be a little escort for the Yuumi or something. TA Sentinels in shambles. Yuumi 1 health barely survives. That's going to be bot inhibitor. That's going to be Dragon Soul. And last time TA Sentinels couldn't kill anyone because they didn't drop damage. This time they are just getting destroyed. It
No,
is.
and you allowed the Lucian Nami to go through, and we're seeing already Carino is just dominating. But on top of it, OG Kush being 6-0-4 has been crucial. We've seen time and time again the Ziggs dropping a bomb and killing someone. I've just been very impressed with what Dorado's doing in this series.
Yeah, I mean, Dorado across the map really showing just the dominance throughout the entire game. They always have their pedal on the metal, specifically Hasem. He is playing the Olaf like a true Viking, going in, finding glory in death, and TA Sentinels doesn't seem to have a response. They are getting steamrolled in these lanes, and what do you do from this perspective? You are down 16-5. You are down almost 10k gold. Your Kane Yuumi hasn't been able to find the success that you hoped it would, and
Yeah, you picked up your first tower only recently. The other two are still standing strong. And in fact, if we take a look, I mean,
we're looking for the angle. 17 flashes away from the Yuumi ult and looks like he's going to be alive. Will Berto survive the... Oh, Carino. I saw what he's
oh,
going for, but Hazem is here. Hazem's always here.
oh,
Hazem is ready for the fight. Pops the ghost, pop the ultimate. Dr. Phil and Chill cannot survive. Danny going to get the Swain ultimate off. Yuumi pops off. Can't even get into the Swain. Moxified goes down. Whittle Griefer is doing like 3 damage, maybe. That has to be game. Hazem with the double kill. Carino with the triple kill. Full house for the side of Dorado Gaming Gamma, and that is going to be a show of dominance.
wow.
Makes sense that TA wants to acquire us because I would trade 5 players on TA for the 5 players on Dorado anytime. So you see the Nexus is going to go down 2-0 in favor for Dorado Gaming Gamma.
What a series for Dorado, though. I gotta tell you, Chelsea, I was very impressed, especially in game two, where we saw how much damage and how much, we saw from this squad. They bounced back after a kind of a shaky, mid game in game one to showing that they could just dominate like that. Hazen played the Olaf again, did a lot of damage, right? We saw OG Kush play that, that champion that he loves to play, Ziggs, and played it perfectly. So I think that this was a huge, another huge step for Dorado Gaming as they prepare for, a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, this is, really good step for Dorado. Like we were talking about before the series started, Dorado Gaming Gamma, I believe, move up to 4-1, puts them, potentially they're, securely in the second spot at least. TA Sentinel is getting knocked down, and because of game score, Xlo Pink can't take the second spot away from them this week. And it also leaves them for an angle where if Reign of Kings end up dropping a series, they can start contesting for that top seed again. That first series, against Reign of Kings going poorly, but it seems that since then they have shown that they are still the team that should be feared. They are still top of the table, and TA Sentinels, I think, need to go back to the drawing board because I don't really know what you can take from that.
No, and I think that in that situation, you may have to say, like, hey, we need to find a way to, attack the meta, right? We saw, as much as people make the joke about, like, oh, if you pick Lucian Nami, you instantly win. Well, go to the drawing board, find what ways you can to counter that, right? There's got to be ways. One thing that I've seen people do is sometimes play the Soraka. And I know sometimes Soraka can be made fun of, but like, you put the silence underneath people, do stuff like that. So maybe just go to the drawing board if you're TA Sentinels and say like, hey, this is what we need to do. This is how we got to this point in the season, and let's continue that success.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, TA Sentinels had a rough, it's an unfortunate way to start a season, losing your support. I mean, specifically to Dorado Gaming Gamma, but losing your support like that, having to make these roster shuffles. And given those circumstances, they've been doing pretty well for themselves. 3-2, still maintaining that positive record. It just worries me that like, TA, an org that's been around for a while, and they want to be a championship caliber Oregon. We've seen them in other divisions, like in gold divisions and even higher elo divisions. They're consistently at the top of the table, but it's always their plat teams that never are able to make that, final push, never able to really get those championships. So, this TA Sentinels roster, I have a feeling they want more than to just be, like a middle of the pack team. They want to be competitive with, teams like Gamma, teams like Omega and the other top of the table teams, Omega Gaming, Moonstone Gaming, they want to be in that conversation. And right now, with what's going on with this roster, what's going on the Rift, I don't think they're anywhere close to there yet.
Yeah, and to give everyone kind of an update, DZG Olympus, they swept Dreadnought Tempest, and then also we saw that Dorado Gaming knew they swept TBD. So, some big wins for some teams that, looking to make a push to playoffs as well. I know that DZG has kind of had a rough going in their run, in their lineup, but hey, for teams like New, that's that's huge. You're trying to keep up with Eclipse and Goldfish Gaming, who are playing each other right now as we speak.
Yeah, definitely. Um, it's good. ID Eclipse and Dorado Gaming New, they're sort of the not Dorado Gaming New. ID Eclipse and Goldfish Game, I believe, are the teams that were top of the standings. So that is going to be a big clash. I don't think I have anything else, Sprinkles. If
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
have,
go. Actually, we're gonna go to a quick break as we get set up for an interview. So, guys, stick around as we'll be talking to one of the players from Gamma about their 2-0 victory. All right, folks, welcome back. I'm Brankles with Chelsea, and we are now joined by Hazem. Hazem, how are you doing?
I'm doing great after that game, after that series. How about you guys?
Yeah, we're doing great. 2-0 victory. How are you guys feeling? I know that, people were saying like starting to doubt you guys after the Raid of Kings series, but since then, you guys have been on a massive roll. How are you guys feeling right now?
Yeah, I mean, uh, it definitely can look like it just because we were facing not an amazing team, but I think, uh, I don't know, like it feels good. I think we're pretty consistent. I think I kind of ran it this series a little bit, even though like I still got shit done. Like the KDA wasn't pretty, I guess. I don't know. I think we play a lot more objective focused, which is really good. I think like every team like that wants to succeed and have a higher win rate. Like usually teams that are doing good have high like dragon taking like first herald, first like tower. We're winning lanes. We're picking good champions. I think we're like playing really well.
Yeah, and Chelsea, if you had any questions for him.
Um, yeah, I want to get your thoughts on, specifically like your Olaf pick. I mean, you played it both games. Like, how do you feel about the champion? Clearly seems to be comfort. You opted into it both times, and how do you feel about the champion in both matchups?
Uh, yeah. I mean, in the first game, I mean, I was like kind of sprinting it. I was winning lane, especially after that kill we got off the Chiri call that I did. He was just pushed up too far and he ended up dying. Second time around, I kind of disrespected and died, and like the lane kind of like went bad after that. But even though like the lane can go bad, like Olaf won't really lose out in the side lane to Ornn too much. Like once he gets like 1 2 items, it starts to become like a really hard lane for Ornn, and yeah, I mean, he just kind of shreds two tanks. I don't know if you guys know, but his Q shreds armor, like a percentage of armor goes away. His E hits true damage like 300, 400, and like side laning's really easy. Makes it really hard for Ornn to like go off the side lane to try to like fight at dragons, do anything.
Yeah,
He can't like leave. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. And the next question I have is, for you guys, you have 17, you have, Carino and the rest of your roster. What makes it so special, this team, seeing from what you guys have? You see some other teams where they kind of fold, or we see players leaving teams, obviously, but like with your team, what can you say that has been so special about this squad so far?
I think we usually. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know what makes it like what makes it like so good that it's us five. I think in a way there's like clear directions of resources, but in another way, like it isn't, right? Because you can play for Karina or me. We can play for the mid jungle 2v2, which you saw in the second game. We played that really well. Or we can like just strong side bot lane and like super like play through dragons. Like I think we have a lot of options, and we don't really have a. I fucking love playing with Candy. I can't tell you enough. I think people like underrate this guy so much. He is fucking piss smurfing on every jungler's like peak in this league. By the way, I don't know who is like matching this guy when he's on Viego. I'm just saying, dude. I don't know what's happening in the league, but yeah, dude. I don't know. I've just been seeing people like shit on Candy a bit, and I don't know. I don't like it. He's such a nice guy. He plays for his lanes. He's not greedy. It's just so nice to play with. I swear to God, so nice.
You gotta love it, Chelsea. You gotta love it, right?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Rare Candy. I definitely, he had a really, really good Lily ult at the end of game two as well. My question for you, Hazem, is I know Smash Hands TA Sentinels was extra special for you guys. Two big orgs going at it, but B, believe your support 17 was the former support of TA Sentinels. Mind talking about that a little bit?
Yeah. I have his statement. I don't have it word for word, but pretty much to sum it up, he was saying something along the lines of, yeah, their bot lane just didn't seem to have much life in them. They didn't really seem to play that well. They I don't know. He was saying that they were playing or they picked I know they picked Karma Ash was supposed to be aggressive lane, but they didn't like play that great. I don't know. I think their team just like seemed like they were just rolling over. they didn't really make any plays. I don't think they were. I don't know how they're 3-1. I don't know if the league's just free low or what, but yeah, I don't know. They just didn't make any plays. They didn't do
So,
anything. They just lost.
so a question for you, man, is is there a team that you guys are looking forward to playing again though, or is do you guys have like Reign of Kings circled on your map, or is what are you guys looking at?
I mean, Reign of Kings is not bad. I think they're not bad at all. But I actually still think we're better, even though we lost to them. I personally, I don't know about my team, but I want to face. I think they're called ID or whatever. My old mid laner BKP's on that team. I want to face that team, smash them, and I want to face Omega and smash them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Hansen, thank you so much for joining us, and everyone at home. Thank you so much for watching this matchup. Between TA Sentinels and Dorado Gaming Gamma. I'm Brankles. That's Chelsea. Guys, don't forget that we have games tomorrow for the Diamond League, and next week we'll have more matches for Thursday. We'll catch you guys next time on CCS2.